Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie and I post a lot of beauty related content here on my channel. Before I get into this video, let's just address that I was meant to be doing Vlogmas and had like nearly a whole week off. My wisdom tooth came through and it was in so much pain. I don't know if any of you guys have had, like, some of you might have had like your wisdom tooth came through. It also swelled up my gums, so I couldn't even open my mouth. When I was yawning, I was like opening my mouth halfway. So sadly, I couldn't even film for Vlogmas properly. But we are getting back on board and filming finally with the tasty Marshmallow collection, which I've had sitting in my drawer for the longest time. And I'm glad I waited till Vlogmas to review it, because I feel like I've waited for the best kind of time to review it. So this is what the outer packaging looks like. I can never remember. I feel like these cost £10 now. And then the inside just looks like this. This is like one of my favorite packagings of their tasty range. This is obviously the I Heart Revolution range, but it's just, the packaging is absolutely amazing for Christmas. So that is the eyeshadow palette, and then we also have a highlight. There's a small eyeshadow palette, a gloss. They had a couple of glosses, but I picked up just one, and then they have some sponges for us to test out. So I'll just show you the little eyeshadow palette. If you do want me to review the mini one at all, just let me know. I don't mind, but the mini one is very cute too. It just looks like this, and then this is what the inside looks like, which is really lovely. I actually really like the inside of this palette because you get a nice array of mattes to shimmers in there. I feel like there's 4 and 4, so I do love this little palette too, and the packaging is just gorgeous on all of this. So I'm just going to swatch this big palette because why not? I have to use it, and it kind of really matches my tree in the background. So let's swatch this. So we've got the first row here, and part of the second row at the bottom. Really nice colours. And then we've got the second end of the second row and the third row here. It has swatched beautifully. Like, look at the way the shimmers catch the light. I'm sorry, but it's don't get me wrong, very crumbly formula, like a lot of crumbs in the packaging, but very pigmented at the same time. So I'm very excited to use this. Let's try using all the mattes in this palette. So the first matte I'm going to go for is Strawberry Cream. I'm using a Profusion brush. I actually have barely any brushes left since I've been filming because I've not cleaned any of them. There's only 4 mattes in here. Such a shame, but it's such a lovely palette. One thing you can rely on with the tasty range is fucking mirrors. I love a mirror in a palette. I hate when I have to film a video like the Primark one where there was no mirror in the palette and I had to look down, and then even then my mirror was on this side instead of this side, which was just stupid. But yeah, this is a really nice shade. I feel like all 4 shades together really do complement each other, and you can either go pink or brown, but having 4 shades in a £18 palette of mattes, 4 matte shades in an £18 palette is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Because to be honest, I think I like the matte to shimmer ratio better in the little palette, and I really do want to do a video on that because I love it. Let's go in with this XX one and use the brown shade called Cozy. There's a lot of kickback in these pans. Now let's take Enchant in, just here. I feel like I'm just going pink brown. We're just going to put that just below those 2 colours. Could have done a neutral eye and put like pink on the lower lash line, but I do love a good blue or green on the lower lash line for my eye colour. It really makes it stand out. And then in the corner we're going to go for Fluffy, and that should deepen it up a bit more. There needs to be a little bit more of a brown deeper colour in this, because I feel like this is not as deep as I would want it to be. And then for the lid, I feel like this shade is calling my name, called Showstopper. It's not as bright as I would want it. Let's go in with Candy Syrup on the end here. Oh yeah, that's better. Much better. Got such a lot of fallout underneath my eye on this side from the shimmer. but actually no fallout from the mats. Very good. It's looking quite nice. I like it. Now we have the tasty marshmallow sponges to try, and I don't think the camera is focusing properly. I just wanted to show you what they look like. They're actually adorable. They come in this little marshmallow shape, and then I've wet the pink one just to show you the size difference. They are quite tense, or what's the word, like they're not super soft. So let's see how this works out. All right, let's test this sponge out. I'm such an idiot, but oh, it's quite hard on your skin, but I didn't put primer on, so that's gonna be fun. So I've realised you use the top end to manipulate the foundation, and then you use the bottom end to smooth it all out. So that is working like a treat. It is quite hard, but it's not the worst beauty blender I have used. And it's like, look, it's quite streaky, and then you'll just like use the top end, and that kind of smooths it out quite a bit. So not too bad, and I can squeeze it and manipulate it to get in the crevice of my nose. It's not the most convenient of sponges, and if you're gonna get a sponge for the look, then yeah, get the marshmallows. But if you're gonna get a sponge for the way they perform, then I'd say go for the Friends sponges. They're the absolute best sponges from Revolution. To be honest, I just reviewed the £2 sponges from Primark, and they're so good. I went a little bit blush heavy, so it's time to put some highlight on. This is in the shade Hot Chocolate. Now there is two. One of them, I can't remember what the other one looked like, but this is more the shade that I would have used, so I didn't want to buy both. This is what the packaging looks like. It's so good. And then the shade is quite like a gold shade, which, you know me, I love a good gold, so I had to pick it up. And that is the shade right there. So yeah, let's put this bad boy on. I feel like these were around £6 or £8. I bet it was more £8. It's a very glittery kind of formula. Whoo! Wow. Okay, a little goes a long way. It's definitely glittery. It's maybe one of those highlighters that you can use as a topper. Oh my god. Oh, whoa, that is very glittery. A little goes a long way. What I find with highlighters that are this glittery is it's best to go in with your beauty blender and just like dab it into the skin, so it kind of melts in a bit more. But oh my god, that was very glittery. And then I do have a lip gloss in the shade Hot Chocolate as well. I think there was two. This one has marshmallows on the lid. I think this was like £3 or £4. It's got a really sickly taste smell to it, but it's a lovely brown shade, and it's got like gold reflex in it, so it really matches the highlight. I am going to put a little bit of a liner on, and then we can put the gloss over the top. Just put the liner on from Colourpop. This is in the shade Pitch, one of my favorite liners to use. Now let's go in with the gloss. I feel like because the liner's so dark, that will look really great in the middle. This is a perfect combo. I'm so sad, like all my summer tan is like disappeared, so I feel like this would have looked so good with a tan. I like the combo, so I'm just going to finish off the rest of my makeup. I am going to go under... Should I go underneath my eyes? I might do with a bit of pink, and yeah, then we're done. But I'm so happy with the lip combo, the highlight. They're my favourite. I feel like the packaging... Okay, let me stop. Let me just put the rest of my makeup on, and then we'll talk about the rest of the products. This is the finished look. I'm so happy with it. First off, let's talk about the gloss. I love the fact that the gloss has some gold reflex to it. It's also got a bit of like pink in there, I feel like. The smell is a bit weird. I don't know what it reminds me of, but it reminds me of something from my childhood. I just don't know what it is. Like, I can't put my finger on it, but it's something weird. But the gloss is really, really nice. Like, it's a lovely colour and very, very pigmented. I feel like even though this is really glittery, it is such a lovely highlight. I really, really like this highlight. I love the packaging. Love that it's a little snowman with marshmallows around him. It looks like the top of like a hot chocolate. For this collection, I feel like things don't actually shut properly, because even the eyeshadow palette doesn't shut properly, which is weird. But the big palette, I love this big palette. I love the colour story of it. But I just think that my favourite thing overall of this palette is the packaging. I feel like they needed to have added more mattes in here, but the packaging just ties this whole collection in, because you've got the snowman that you find on the highlighter over here. You've got some marshmallows, because you've got a marshmallow sponge, a gingerbread house. Like, the whole thing is tied together through the palette. I actually don't mind these blending sponges. It's not too bad, and I realized to get in my nose, the easiest actual way is to just go like that. That really got into my nose, which is like, I didn't have to manipulate it in the end. Once I actually put the sponges, the foundation on, and I was just like playing around with the sponge, the easiest way is to just like move the sponge and just pull it in the crevice of your nose. I do think you've got to work fast with these sponges, because it makes you take your time, but then my foundation was drying in, so I really had to like act fast with it. But the sponges are cute, but I would recommend the Friends sponges over these sponges. They're just very gimmicky. And then for the rest of my makeup, I have my L'Oreal True Match on my skin as usual. I bloody forgot to put my NYX Honeydew Me Up on, but I've got my two True Matches. I've got the mixture of 1W and 2W on. I then went in with my Colourpop Soul Bronzer in the shade Medium, and then after that I put on the blush from NYX. It's one of their Sweet Cheeks one in Showgirl. Yeah, in Showgirl. I put a bit too much of that on. Oops. Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I highly recommend this collection. I feel like this is the best Christmas collection ever. Okay, the big palette doesn't have as many mattes in, but you've got the little palette. You could literally buy the little palette instead, because it's got 4 mattes, 4 shimmers. You wouldn't need anything else with the little palette. It's absolutely amazing. Sorry, I forgot to say, I've got the Sky High mascara and the Revolution Relove Power Lash mascara on as well. But yeah, I just feel like it's a lovely collection. I'm really impressed with it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Sorry my lighting's off. It's literally because I've got, here we go. There we go. I didn't put my studio light against me like an idiot, but I've moved my setup around, and hopefully soon my lighting should be sorted, because in January I want to buy 2 more lights, and then that should sort my lighting out. I shouldn't really need natural light anymore, even though it's autumn, there is no natural light. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will catch you in my next one.